Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast with Emmy, Hikins, and Trevor.
We have a private self, a public self, and some say we have a secret self. And I guess all those things at some level must actually apply. But I think you're quite right in what you said. The next question is, do we ever really get to know ourselves? Sometimes we've seen game shows on television or reality shows where people may say, like, I'm a celebrity. They come back afterwards and say, well, I learned so much about myself. And I'm sure that's true, because in life, most of us are not, or very rarely are we put in a position where we've got our back against the wall, where we've really got a struggle, and we find out what resources we've got inside us to cope, to cope in awful situations in some people's cases. So in that sense, I don't think life is too comfortable in many ways for many people, not everybody. So we don't have to really put ourselves out on a limb or say, well, what's it like to not eat for 2 days or something like that. So I'm not even sure we properly ever really get to know ourselves. So if it's hard to know ourselves and hard to know other people, it makes you wonder where these game faces or a poker face, whatever we choose to put on. And talking of the game face, I saw a photograph, I think it was last week, on my phone, one of the newspapers, and it was a photograph of Donald Trump sitting with the King's banquet last week or the week before, and sitting next to him was Catherine, Princess Catherine, the Queen to be, and she had a look on her face. It was looking at Trump. He'd obviously just said something, and she was looking at him. I can't really describe it accurately, but it was if, oh, that was a bit saucy, Mr. Trump, that kind of look. And what really hit me was the thousands of different expressions and looks we have on our faces, because that was quite an unusual look you might see anybody make. But you could see from the way her face looked exactly what she was thinking or what she'd just said or whatever. And as I say, it just said to me, we all have so many different expressions for different circumstances, which we're not even aware of half the time. We give ourselves away a little bit on that. But so do we ever really get to know other people? And then you think of it in relation to love. We love somebody. Somewhere, I was trying to find it earlier and I can't find it, but I used to have a little quote thing I put on a quote board quite a long time ago, and it said something along the lines, it's wise to maintain a small degree of distance between you and even those close to you. And I always thought that was quite interesting, because I don't know, not that we want to hide things of ourselves necessarily, but equally we don't want to sort of blurt out everything about ourselves. But maybe to command some level of, I don't know whether respect is the word, but some level in a many years relationship, it shouldn't just be an acceptance that this is how it is. I think people have always got to have, ideally, the ability to surprise a partner or something like that. So keeping a little bit of distance is maintaining quite a sense, in my view, quite a sensible thing. It's a sensible thing to do, because I don't think we won't ever really know anybody else that much that we can afford to be totally ourselves in that sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, just to add to that, say for instance, if you won the lottery tomorrow, I don't know how you're going to be.
No, you're right. I don't think we know. If it was big money, I don't think people would know how we've reacted.
Yeah. I mean, you might decide to give all the money to me. I don't know that yet.
Don't think so. But if you won, I might well be on the phone later on. So anyway, Go on,
Yeah.
you're going to say.
Yeah, so, and another thing I was going to say in relation to that is you could have somebody, a human being or one person wear different hats. So that same person is a father, is a husband, is a teacher. It might also be a priest. It might also be a marathon runner. It might be an avid reader, a podcaster. So you could have that person behave differently
Yeah.
in different hats, really. So you could have him. You could have somebody that is a really really nice person, but a rubbish father. You could also have a really good husband, but a lazy man at work. So you could have different personalities out of just one person, or different facets.
Yeah.
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor Gear and Emmy Hikins. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.